We asked Randy Bachman if there was any chance of a Bachman Turner Overdrive reunion. Will BTO ever come back in that form? I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music. Will there ever be a BTO reunion? They all wanted me to ask this, and I know the answer, but
no, because of health reasons. I toured with Fred a couple of years ago with Bachman Turner. We got a call about 10 years ago to do Sweden Rock, the guy that loved BTO. We couldn't call ourselves BTO because my brother Robbie, I gave him the name when I left the band because my dad asked me to do so. And so we were just called Bachman Turner. We did a Bachman Turner album that's pretty BTO-ish. We played Sweden Rock to like 50,000 people with every heavy metal and rock band in the world. We then would play the High Voltage Fest, which was with the reunited ELP, Joe Bonamassa, Jimmy Page playing with the Black Crowes, every other AC/DC, every other British band. Fred Turner and I had a really great run as Bachman Turner. We put a really pretty good album. The climate was different. It was really different. Even now it's different.
Is Fred retired?
Yes, he lives in Winnipeg.
Okay.
Got a home in Florida and home in Winnipeg.
What was the lowest? What was your highest point in your career?
I wasn't cutthroat enough. I was too nice a guy. When I left the Guess Who, when I left BTO, I just walked. I gave away the name. I owned the name Bachman Turner Overdrive. I owned BTO. I owned that whole thing. Nobody else could afford it. I copywrote it and trademarked and patented it because of my dad, who was very ill at the time. Said, your brother needs to make a living, blah, blah, blah. Give him the name, give him BTO. I gave it to them. They went on 4 or 5 years without me and basically spoiled my career.
Highest point?
Yeah. Highest point. Probably the SARS Fest, when everything was shut down, just like it is now, with this triumphant thing outside in Barrie, the Speedway, with the Stones, AC/DC, Timberlake, Tom Cochrane, and me with the Guess Who, and doing my songs. When I went out on that stage, which is 12 feet high, and I'm 6 feet tall, so my eyes are at 18 feet, and to look out at 500,000 people as far as the horizon, back and left and right. And when I said, put your hands in the air, I want to hear some noise, and they screamed, taking care of business. That was like, oh my God, who's pouring this pail of adrenaline over my head? It's like not a shot of, this is like unbelievable. My daughter at the time was about 8 or 9. She was at the side of the stage. And I said, what did it look like when they all put their hands in the air? So from a 9-year-old's point of view, she said, it looked like a giant McDonald's French fries. Because there was all these hands up in the air that were all suntanned, sticking out of the McDonald's French fry thing, that was her thing. But to see 500,000 French fries sticking out, I mean, 1 million, there's like obviously 2 hands to every person, 1 million hands in the air, and me doing TCB was unbelievable. And the 2 times the album and single were #1. I mean, those are very far between, unachievable kind of things. And I did them both, did them all.
Do you have a belief in the afterlife? By the way, I ask every artist this. Like I ask every artist, Richie Furay, he lost a few people from Poco, and I talked to him 2 days later. He's a great interview, always really good. And,
yeah, I think we all came from somewhere to school here, University of Earth, and we're going back. When you met someone, you never met him, you met him before. You met a woman, you go, this is amazing. You're my soulmate, or you're my soulmate. We must have met in the pre-life, and we'll meet again in the afterlife. No harm in believing that. It's a wonderful feeling of security. I came from here as a child. This is my school, my university. I got the University of the Guess Who, University of Hard Knock, University of BTO, the University of Denise, the University of Lorraine, your wives, your ex-wives, the University of my whatever. And I'm now educated. I know some stuff. I'm a better person, and I'm going to go back and meet them.
Yeah. Well said.
Nothing wrong with believing that.
No.
It gives you when you hit the bottom, and everybody does, I hit it a couple of times, there's nowhere to go but up. And where do you look to go up? You look for a greater power, and you find it. You know it's there. Whether it's in you or outside of you, somehow it exists. So wherever it is, who knows what God looks like? Nobody knows. But everybody has their own version and vision And that's good. That's what you cling to.
Yeah,
Like
you're
your good
right.
luck piece is a rabbit's foot or four-leaf clover horseshoe, whatever that is, it is what it is.
Mhm. Now, keep in mind the entire interview, and the link is in the bottom in the description of this video. If you want to see the whole thing, it's on our sister channel, Rock History Book. It's also going to be a podcast, and the links are in the description as well. Make sure you comment on our videos. You know we read all the comments. Subscribe to our channel. It's so important to us. And of course, spread the word. Let people know. And share our videos. I'm John Bowden. This is Rock History Music. Take good care of yourself.